So, hello YouTube. This is the blindfolded world record for 31 star. Hello YouTube, indeed. Bubzia here. I wanted to today make a bit of a special different video, as I have cheekily explained right there in the beginning of the video. This is the new world record of 31 star in SM64. So really excited to commentate over this, because there have been so many new strats and developments in Mario, especially in 16 star, as I've also recently got the new 16 star world record, as well as 70 star. 31 star, for those who don't know what it is, it's basically like a middle category where you are not allowed to do MIPS clip. So it's like an old any percent, where you are allowed to be a J but not MIPS clip. And right here in the beginning we see the kind of new lucky to skip. It was used before as well, but we basically can line up with the fence, basically clip into it with the right angle and then skip lucky to with it. After that, usually I do a Mario cam setup here, but it did not work out. It's a very precise timing, so I had to use a backup here. Probably not even noticeable, it saves like a second maybe. But with that we come directly to the next star, which is Bob chain jump. And let's see if we can get this here, because this is also a pretty recent implementation into all the runs. It is the bomb clip. You throw the bomb, re-grab it, and boom, perfect. What I do nowadays afterwards is re-normalize on the right wall there. I don't even try for a fast star grab, because I just keep missing the star. It's kind of random where you are, dependent on which size of bomb you get. So what I do now is just get the bomb, get the clip through the gate, and then hold right into the wall. The second star we get, because in 16 star we get the fastest stars that we can, right? In 31 star we need to get a tiny bit of more stars, especially in the lobby and the basement area, because upstairs and Tippy are not really viable anymore. But yeah, we're gonna do the Bob king fight here. Really perfect climb here with the new strats that I developed for 70 star. And also here the new fast Bob king fight. So we used to get like thrown by him, but now what we do is backflip over him, throw, and then like damage boost into him again. So we can like directly re-grab. It's a very, very fast strat, but lots of tight inputs in very fast succession here. So that worked pretty well, very, very good. The star grab is a bit risky, because we need to buffer 2 kicks to the right and then hold like upright and dive. Oh yeah, oh, it actually happened here. So that's exactly what can happen, is that you dive a bit too early or a bit too late. So right now I am lost. I am absolutely lost, but randomly grab the star. Very, very nice. This can happen, especially in blindfolded, pretty often. That you know that you are close to the star, but you don't exactly know how your position looks like. So what you do is just jump around and hope for the best. Very often, surprisingly, it does work out, if you have like a bit of a feel for it. But yeah, we go to the second stage of the run, which is Whomp's Fortress. In Whomp's we're gonna get all the stars that we usually would also get in 16 stars, so there's not much new things here. Still, I can explain the strats. So, the first thing we're gonna do is the boss fight. We changed the star order recently to not to Canonus first, but the boss, because of the text box in the beginning of the star. So we use the triple jump off of this Whomp here to get up instead of using the pole, which is much faster. And then, if everything goes perfectly fine, with like the timing of these ground pounds is like decently precise, but we should be right inside the star when this fight ends here. That's the setup, and that looks pretty good. Perfect, actually. It can happen that you are a tiny bit above or below the star. That definitely can happen, but I will know that this can happen, so I can basically fix it on the fly. So, next up we're gonna get this cannonless, and here is a very cool new strat. This was found very recently by me, that We used to always do like a kick against the wall here to get into the position, but you can just jump over the plant straight down and then ledge grab, with a blindfolded setup at least. And that makes it much more faster, much more consistent, and it's just such a good strat. Like, I don't know how nobody thought about this for so long. For so many years we used to do the kick strat, and yeah, the kick strat just made everything so inconsistent. Next we are gonna get into the wild blue star. This strat has not really changed in many years, I think. It's just the good old get the star. It has become really fluent and fast, that I can say. Like, we definitely used to do it much more slowly.
Got pretty good at this game.
But yeah.
Honestly, I'm like,
Next up
like
is Whomp's Tower, which is the star that is act specific after you defeat the boss. There's the tower now on top. And we use the exact same movement here in the beginning, get to the warp. I got a bit twisted there on the right wall, that's why I have troubles finding the warp here. But we're gonna do again the same triple jump, and I failed, but perfectly back it up to the pole here. So if you fail the triple jump, I know that usually I have to hold like one beat to the right and then a long jump down to get back. So this was a pretty clean backup, I would say. It was like the first time I used this backup ever, I think. But yeah,
crazy backup.
That is how you get the tower star with the backup here. If you don't use the backup, it looks pretty much the same. Just you triple jump off the thwomp and then directly go to the corner, basically. The last star we get in Whomps is the owl. And the owl is... So what's important about the owl is that we count the flaps, like the... like exactly this sound, and we know exactly how many flaps to the, like, we have to hold right, how many flaps we have to hold neutral, and then we can land right into the star.
I'm in a run right now.
If you have noticed my splits, they are completely wrong. These are splits not even from my PB, and I gold like everywhere and sometimes not. It's mostly because the route is different, so I accidentally forgot to change them before the run. And I lost my world record splits, so I'm running against like some old PB that I had one day. So don't pay too much attention to them. Now, PSS, I use the nobody strat here. The fast slide with the slide kick rollout. I have changed the strat a tiny bit to what originally was. For me, it's much more consistent this way. I have like a very specific count here and audio cues with the coins. But if everything goes right, we should just roll out right into the star and always get a 13.5. I believe. I don't think I've ever seen that it got fast. You can do it faster, but then you lose the setup to the star. And now we're just gonna go back and do the same strat one more time, because we need the box as well. So let's see how the time looks right now. I really think it should be a 13.5 again. So what I do here is I just like beat count everything from entering the stage all the way until the bottom. 13.6, okay. So it does worry a tiny bit.
What?
Oh, and here I got the perfect angle for the setup, but I didn't get the A press and he just slid underneath the box. But really clean backup, just kick the wall and then ground pound. So yeah.
So now we go where?
That was PSS, and now we go to CCM. CCM we're gonna grab 1, 2, 3 stars. I believe. Yeah, it should be 3 stars. First we're gonna start off with the penguin as always. Again, same reason as in Whomps, because we need to kind of work with the text box that starts in the beginning of the stage. And all the other stars require very fast inputs in the beginning, so we cannot use those stars. What happened here is, I went for the penguin, but I got bad RNG. Sometimes the penguin can decide not to jump into your pattern,
I can improve.
And if that happens, what I need to do is either reset the stage or what you saw just now, back up into the slide, so we do this star first. Since it doesn't really matter, like, star order-wise, like, it's okay, we just lose a tiny bit of time. But yeah, you definitely don't want to see this more than once, because after we use the backup with using the slide, we kind of have to quit out if that happens one more time. So now we're gonna try again. Hopefully this time it works. How this setup works is the penguin behaves like pretty much the same every time you do the same inputs, but because it's so precise here, the jump dive off of that slope, sometimes the penguin just doesn't follow you. And then we're gonna do the visual strat, and we hope for a quick star grab here, and that looks very good. So I have to count extremely precisely into the right side of that penguin, so I can like directly know where the star is and jump into it, like you saw just now. How I do that is, yeah, I count extremely precisely the whole sliding section, and then I hear a water sound if I land in the right side. The water sound can also play in other circumstances, but it usually should only play on the right side. If anything other happens, I need to normalize back there in the corner. This is CCM wall kicks, and as you can see, you cannot see anything, and it's over. Very nice star. I hope you enjoyed it.
Last frame wall kick or something.
So yeah, that star is pretty funny because I routed it in a way that nobody sees what's happening there, and I think this true nature of blindfolded speedrunning, I like it. Next up, we're gonna go to the first Bowser stage, Dark World. And Dark World has become really, really fast in the past recent years, I would say. If it goes well, that I have to add, because Dark World is fast, but it's one of the hardest movement sections, especially early in the run. Dark World is just very, very unforgiving. So what we do here in the beginning is I actually triple jump wall kick, like they do in a visual run. We crouch under the flame, do a double jump, triple jump, wall kick, double jump, perfectly nailing it. Then like count this dive over the corner here to avoid the Goombas. Do 2 more dives here, jump dive over the gap. Go to the crystal here and then do a double long jump setup. Extra single long jump and then...
No!
Oh! And then get Goomba RNG'd. Wow, that was such a good beginning, and then yeah, the Goomba just decided to stand in my way. That is very unfortunate, it can happen. And now what I'm doing is, I think that I'm on the upper platform, because the Goomba of course can hit you into multiple directions, and I didn't know that he was right on the corner. So what I'm thinking right now is that I landed on top, and now I search the bottom. Yeah, and let go, because I thought there is the platform still. But here I noticed that I fell down, so I should be able to retrace my track here exactly. I know that if you fall down there, you are back to this position, and then I do some backup strats right here to avoid all the pits. And now we just have to do the very precise long jump one more time. So we do the long jump, jump over this pillar, and then there is no Goomba, thankfully. So we can proceed with our way. Now here I do also a new strat, I do like a triple jump dive. It didn't work out here because I didn't get the jump from the... Oh. I am a tiny bit too far to the left here. Oh, and I just missed the pipe, that is so unfortunate. So many unfortunate things here in the stage.
Dude, why do you have to be like...
And here I accidentally read the sign, which of course tells me where I am, which is very good, but it's kind of funny because yeah, I was just jump. You can read signs by just pressing A, which is the jump button. So I very likely just stood there in front of the sign. New Bowser strat: we run around Bowser and then basically re-grab him twice. and then do like a tiniest spin to get enough velocity to throw him into the first bomb. That's a very fast Bowser fight. It's extremely precise in the beginning to run around him and grab his tail so fast, but yeah, it does save a couple of seconds over the beginner strat, so... That is Bowser 1. Very scuffed, lots of backups, can definitely be improved, but honestly, not too bad. And with that, we're gonna grab the last few stars in the lobby area, which is in Bob. We're gonna grab the wing cap now, because we have more than 10 stars. We can actually activate the switch, which we do by just going down here and exiting out. And now we get 2 more stars in Bob on the island and the secrets in the sky. And for that, we first need to open the cannon, because usually what I did in runs is open the cannon during the Koopa race. Now this is a new route. In the new route we do not do Koopa race because it's a pretty slow star, but it has disadvantages as well. Mostly what you will see right now is I need new setups from opening the cannon to the stars.
Did not work.
And here, for example, I am just the tiniest bit too far to the right because of the new strat that I cannot find the wing cap. So I lose like all the time save that comes from skipping the star again, right like in the first second of the new route. I will probably, if I go back to 31, because as you can see, this can definitely be improved. The run is not 100% clean. I will probably go back to the Koopa race and open the cannon there, and then skip a star later on.
What?
Here, dude, very unlucky, got hit by a ball again. Another quit out. I think this is one of the biggest time losses in the run, unfortunately. As well as Dark World, of course. We lost like 1 minute in Dark World so far and 1 minute at Bob secrets. What happened there though is I probably didn't get the long jump out fast enough, so he ran into the ball. Usually it should look like this right now, what you will see. That we like kind of just barely jump over it. But for that you need to get the long jump out pretty fast. So, Bob secrets, how does this star work? We go into the cannon and then we have to hold an extremely precise position on the analog stick. And with extremely precise I mean literally like I think you have 2 millimeters or something. You have to hold the stick down in the very least possible input that the game can read, which is like 9 in-game units. If you do 11 in-game units, so just like 1 millimeter more, it already won't work. So it's like one of the most precise tricks that you can do in SM64 Blindfolded. But this is kind of the only way how to do this. We do have another strat where we just like flinch the stick and then press A. But it is more inconsistent. It is also faster because we don't have to do the setup. But I decided to not go for it in runs at this point because it's just so random. Like, it's like a 50% chance basically if you do the flick. Which is not bad, but you don't want to do that 20 minutes into a run. And then we grab the Bob Island star, which is just the same movement as the secrets, just sitting there on the island.
Now, where do we go?
Now, next, before we go to basement, we have to go to BBH, because there sit 2 very fast stars that we can grab, which is the boss on top of the roof, as well as the library star. The BBH entries have also been optimized, of course. Here, very unfortunately, got hit. But that should not be a problem. There we go. But yeah, as I said, many optimizations have happened because of the 70-star world record grind that I did. Now, here, for example, you see this side flip wall kick and then a double long jump into a wall kick to get up here. There actually has been found a new strat here for the rooftop, which I call Spooky Clip. I do it in the single star world record, but I decided to not go for it in runs because it's again a bit too inconsistent. So what we do instead is kind of normalize in the corner, kick, and then directly do like a setup underneath the star. works very, very well and is fast as well. I think the IAL strat, which basically clips through the roof with a like glitchy ledge grab, it's something that probably not many people know that you can do. It saves like 4 seconds, maybe. Maybe. Then BBH library, we do a wall kick here directly from the right door. We also do a different setup for that, I believe. So yeah, as you can see, or like as you can hear, there have been in basically every single star some minor optimizations in movement. Since I came back to 70 star especially, I like spent long time to improve everything in this run. It was multiple months of just like completely routing.
I don't understand how I missed the door there.
And optimizing all the strats. So even though this run is not perfect, as I said, just the amount of new and fast strats that I've developed is enough to save so much time that we actually, spoiler alert, beat the world record later on. Here I got spooked that MIPS is there.
Wait, do we need to catch MIPS?
I don't need to catch MIPS right here. We can capture him later. Just with the new route, I was not expecting MIPS to be there because I have exactly 16 stars. Now what we do here is the Talon fight. I'm a tiny bit too far left here. Let's see if this still works out. So what you do at the Talon fight is you have to do a very timed setup from the very beginning of the stage to basically ground pound exactly when the Talon is above that alcove. And then we're gonna do like a slide strat, and here I was a tiny bit too far left, as I said. That's why I didn't jump right into the star. But here I heard a coin, and I know if I manipulate the camera that the star should be around this area, and that was a very, very nice backup. Lost a couple of seconds, but very clean still. It's a very, very difficult strat, the Talon star. The Talon star is very, very tricky. The second star in SSL is the pyramid, which is basically the same movement, we just go and jump right into it. We don't wait for the Talon here anymore.
See, the star only fails in 16, I tell you.
That's it. That's all in SSL. We have 2 stages left until we go to the second Bowser stage, which is HMC and LLL. In HMC, we're gonna grab a lot of stars, more than in 16 star. We're gonna first start with Nessie, which is exactly the same as in 16. We're gonna switch to Lockham here for the first time. HMC is one of the only instances in the runs at this point where we use Lockham. Not in 70, but in 31 and 16 and stuff. So yeah, this entire Nessie sequence here with the out of bounds and the elevator clip, it's one long beat count from entering the door into that room. So I hear the door sound and I instantly start counting, basically. Now we're gonna do the same beginning movement with the HMC Christmas, what I call, because there is a trick called Christmas Miracle. It is basically we go out of bounds with the triple jump wall kick and then hit a switch right like from the peak height, and it's extremely precise to count. Usually I have to do a backup because yeah, getting the switch is literally a Christmas miracle. Let's see if I can get it here. Oh, and I got it. I got the instant switch. Very, very clean, very cool.
Damn.
And then we just have to long jump to the star. So yeah, it is very height dependent. You need to get a certain frame wall kick on the wall, as well as a peak height triple jump wall kick. So if your position is even the tiniest bit off, or your angle is the tiniest bit off, then it will not work anymore. And you have to basically find your position again down there and do like the double jump kick against the fence. Next up is HMC Toxic, which also had lots of optimizations. The first one here, I attempt for a single jump wall kick. I failed it unfortunately, but no problem. The backup is to just wall kick the wall there. Then here a new optimization. I don't wait for the elevator, I just like time a fall down there and then go right into the door. Another new optimization here, just long jump like along the corner Another new optimization here, just don't wait for anything, just hold like up left and then long jump into a certain position. Yeah, as I said, so many new optimizations in all the stars. Like this was so fast compared to what we used to do back in the days.
I did lose a bit of time finding the door down there, but I do believe that it should be still in
We have 2 stars left. Amazing exit, one of my favorite stars at this point. The strat is just so cool. We used the lock cam to get a perfect angle here from the door. And then long jump here to this corner, kick it, and then set up a triple jump, wall kick into the star. This left side is like, in visual speedruns it's considered the like super difficult, hard side. But in Blindfolded with the lock cam setup, it's actually like so nice and easy to do. Or like consistent to do, because it's always kind of the same distance for the wall kick and stuff. And then Rolling Rocks also has a new strats. I'm talking about many new strats here, but I guess that's exactly why I wanted to make this video with commentary. So we hold the lock cam here, and you cannot see it, but there's actually a unreferenced wall where we can just wall kick against. And yeah, jump up here without the need of any like setup, and it's pretty cool. I have like an explanation video on that, I think, on my second channel if you want to check that out. So, the free toad star, of course, cannot miss. We're already at 24 stars, so getting to the end of the run. We're having one last stage left, which is LLL. Unfortunately, not finding the door here, that's very, very rough. If you fail the door find here, the run is over. Because in the castle you cannot exit course. You have to find the door or like close the console, reset the entire console. So hopefully I can figure out where I am here. But yeah, this was also some tiny time loss. But luckily found the door randomly.
Damn.
Very nice.
That was lucky.
Then in LLL we get also a couple of stars. We start with the red coin star. The red coin star stayed pretty much the same. It's just the one long beat count into all the coins.
Dude, why? The same thing happened in
Usually I should dive here at the end, right into the star,
Why
but
does he not dive?
it did not really matter. I didn't have enough speed probably, and that's why he kicked. Now we go for LLL boss. Or actually I don't know the order. I always very much freestyle the order at this point. But it looks like the boss fight. So the boss fight, we still use handy strat where we lava bounce here. I have a bit of a new beat count here to make it more consistent with the bully hit. Because what can happen often is that you clip through the bully and then like land in the lava and yeah, it's over. So I had lots of troubles these days and I tried to fix it, and I think I did fix it now with a tiny bit of a different beat count. Now, here is the third star that requires the wing cap in this run, which is LLL log. And for this we have a really cool new strat. It's like basically the visual strat. We go into like Mario Cam, go right here, get the cap. Unfortunately not having enough horizontal distance there. One more time, not having enough distance there, unfortunately getting 2 times burned. But the setup still works, I can still fly to the star. So we just ground pound here and usually survive. That was very dumb.
I forgot. I have to hold A.
So I should have known. That was 100% my fault. I should have known that I got burned twice and I will die from fall damage if I don't do anything. Because what you can do is if you have the wing cap and you hold A, you will not get any fall damage, like ever.
Dude, why does this
Again, not having enough distance here. So let's see if this here works.
It's not good.
It was oh my god, this was actually a perfect setup, but I messed it up later on. Because I heard a sound that was unfamiliar.
Oh,
Very unfortunate.
damn,
Third
so
big
stupid.
time loss of the run, for sure.
Yeah, we could have avoided.
So
this
yeah,
whole
if you
run
hold
down
A,
here.
you would survive that fall, and I definitely should have known that. I could have gotten the stars so much earlier. So here's how it should look like. Like we do land above that pit and then just instantly go here to the door frame. Do a triple jump on top of it to have enough height to get over the fence. I kind of scoop down there and hit the star. That's how it should be.
Kind of silly.
another minute timer. So basically this run was very good. It was kind of flawless, but it had 3 bigger time losses, which is LLL log, the whole Bob secret incident, and Dark World. These were like, every one of these mistakes was like 1 minute. So I can save potentially like 3 more minutes in this run if I just avoid these mistakes. Of course, also better gameplay in other stars can help, but yeah, the run was pretty clean besides these big mistakes. I think we will not see many more. So here is the LLL Volcano star. Also had some optimizations here with this direct kick to the wall to get to these platforms. Here is also a new optimization where we count basically like this long jump sequence here, we count differently in less time. I try to here go for like a double jump across that pole so we don't re-grab. But yeah. As Serpent in the on-screen chat points out right now, we are 2 minutes ahead out of world record right now.
What my world record is. Like, can I
so we still have lots of time. We still have one more star to do in LLL though, which is the Inside the Volcano elevator star. And also, this is one star I really like. I think it's one of the coolest stars because we do like so much camera manipulation here. We go like C left, Mario Cam, C down, C left, Lucky to Cam, C right. It's like lots of camera movement to get like into the perfect position here very fast.
Like I do believe world record pace is dead. But then again, like,
really like that star.
My old PBs are very bad.
So that's all the stars we need. Now we need to catch MIPS. MIPS is right there. We're gonna do the same MIPS catch that we do in 16 star.
So I'm really unsure.
So here's star number 30, and then 30 stars is enough to go to DDD basically without MIPS clip.
I wouldn't bet on it.
And this is exactly why this category exists. So the whole purpose of this category, as I said earlier, is that you are not allowed to do MIPS clip. So you need to get 30 stars to enter DDD, and then you get 1 more star in DDD to open Firesea. That's hence we are at 31 stars. So yeah, I'm just like moving through the castle here with some movement that you usually don't see than in this category, I think.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, we had 2 major mistakes.
And yeah, DDD, like depending on when you watched the last time a blindfolded speedrun, DDD also has kind of a new strat. It is a bit older at this point. I developed this last time I came back to 16 star and got the 23-minute world record. So we're gonna swim here in a very precise angle towards the submarine. All of this swimming here is precisely counted with the swims, like the whoosh, 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 whoosh. And then we listen for exactly when we exit this tunnel, hold a tiny bit to the right, so we get an angle towards the submarine, then have to hold like a tiny bit up to not go underneath, go into the corner here and ledge grab, and that allows us to basically get a perfect triple jump setup directly into the star. Very, very clean. We used to use like the switch and the boxes on the other side of the submarine, but that is so much faster if you do the back fin. Now, Firesea. Extremely fast Bowser stage if it goes well. It did not go well, so I have to kill myself here. Basically, you need to get a kick in the very beginning when you enter the stage. You need to kick, and then as soon as the kick ends, you need to long jump. That's like the setup for the timing. Because everything in the stage is timed. Everything. Like, the problem is that you need to catch a cycle on the 2nd floor, and we want to catch a like early cycle basically. So we jump here, we need to do 2 wall kicks here. Bob-omb, wall kick. And then this is the cycle we need to catch. This elevator goes down, and on the way up, we're gonna do a lava boost here. Perfect. Stop at a very specific position, tap left, and then do 2 backflips to get up here. And now the cycle continues because these platforms here open and close, and we need to catch them before they close fully. Very clean. 2 more wall kicks, and that was a flawless Firesea in the second try. Very, very, very clean. Always love to see when this happens in a run. It's a very difficult stage. There's lots to keep track of, but yeah. Unfortunately, we had that little mistake in the beginning. The Bowser fight also has new optimizations. You could see there, I like ran a bit to the left to drag him a tiny bit, which is basically so that we can only do the glitchy tail grab once, and then do the same thing as in Bowser 1, that we spin him a tiny bit so that he has just enough distance to put him into the bomb directly.
Oh, damn, this run is...
Need to quickly take a sip of tea.
I was just thinking, this
My
category is
throat's
so much
getting a
fun.
bit dry.
It's like longer than 16, shorter than 50. But it has been
Alright.
dude. I absolutely did not have that
So,
on
Firesea is done, which
on my
means
radar.
31 star, as I said, it is
Yeah,
allowed
it's
to use
very
BLJs, so
It's
we
just
get
a
31 stars,
glorified 16,
beat
right?
Firesea, and then we BLJ all the way to the last stage. And BLJs are hard, so let's see, hopefully we can get this first try here. Unfortunate, can we get it? Bless RNG.
That's not
Oh,
enough, right? There's no
we-
way this is enough, dude.
We got
There's
like a
literally no way
couple
this
of BLJs, but there's... I'm not what I'm doing now is I am not sure if I have enough speed or not.
There's no way this is enough. I shouldn't
Because
be trying.
it can work. You can clip through the wall with extremely low BLJs. But I think that was just barely not enough. So yeah, here I realize I stopped trying even. Very unfortunate. Okay, so this is another little time loss in the run. Gonna do a backup here, back into the position. And hopefully second try. There we go, this is definitely enough. Now we just need to hold into the wall here. My strat is to hold, as you can see on the input display on the bottom left, hold upright.
Come on, this was enough speed.
So
am I not
we
equal?
basically go to this stair here and instantly know our position and normalize. We used to just hold straight up, but then it takes time to find your way back to the door. So holding upright there saves a lot of time. Just, it is harder to
have a
clip
split
because
here,
you don't have 100% of your speed upwards, but like upright. And that makes the clip through the wall harder a bit. Here is the second BLJ. And this one is usually much easier because yeah, you have like
My
infinite
arm is
time, you
tired,
just
I
need to
cannot
get the
mash,
right
dude.
rhythm to mash. There you go, we are up there. And as you could see, I made a little bit of a mistake. I did split by accident. And I do not have a BLJ split in these splits. So just as a warning, you will see a stop timer, but it's not time yet. We come to Bubzia in the Sky. Bubzia in the Sky refers to a set of strats that I developed like a year ago or so, where we just do like all the craziest, fastest strats. We do the triple jump dive in the beginning, we catch a very early elevator cycle here on the first one, do like punch cancel here. It's like Sky is such a fast and optimized stage at this point. We of course also go for standing left side, the strat that is very notorious in visual runs even. So can we get it? Easy, even without ledge grab. You can skip, usually you would ledge grab there, but if you do it very precisely, you skip the ledge grab. And it's funny because I don't know why, but I usually get the ledge grab skip. Like, then here for the fans. For the fans! Let's go! Elevator skip. Bits is just hard trick after hard trick after hard trick after hard movement. It's so difficult to do
Kinda
perfect
clean.
blitz, and that was really clean. Here I stopped the timer. I'm very sorry for that. As I said, I did not have a BLJ split. but my chat very
And he jumps.
putting effort
Every single
into
run, dude.
community collaboration already put up stop timers themselves, so we're gonna know the final time in just a bit. So how Bowser works, the first 2 bombs are scripted. There is a 50% chance whether Bowser runs or jumps. Here that was very good RNG. And yeah, the last throw is a 2-frame window. We have 2 frames to hit, and we count it from the whoosh sound, like the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And boom! That's it, ladies and
GG, I
gentlemen,
guess.
all of my friends. Thank you so much for watching. This
Like, it
was
was-
the
I
new
really don't know
world
the
record
pace.
of
Like, it wasn't good,
31
but it
star
wasn't bad
Blindfolded
either.
in Super Mario 64. The final time was, I
Some
believe,
40?
a
No,
40-38,
Wait, what?
if I'm not
No.
mistaken. So beat the old record
40,
by
38? Okay, that's a 2-minute
by
world
I
record.
think a minute and a bit, or like 2 minutes. Definitely improvable, especially sub 40 should be doable. Sub 40 is definitely possible if I just don't make these
I
big
take it.
mistakes that I did. But
Man,
since it's
I'm
also kind of
good.
a niche category and not 16 or 70 star,
GG.
I don't want to put too much effort into it, to be
Oh,
completely
thank you.
honest. So I
Yeah, this
might
one-
run this more in the future, especially if the world record gets beaten, I will come back.
Wow,
But
thank you.
I I will not put my main focus on this, as sorry as I am to say that.
Thank you.
But
thank
yeah,
you.
really cool showcase of all the new strats in basement
Dude, that
and
was-
lobby
that was easy
for
to beat.
that we got
This
for
one
70
was
star.
not good,
I'm
man.
very happy I could commentate. I hope you could follow along. Thank you so much for watching as always. Big shout outs to my Patreons, Bandits, Bob Farrell,
cool?
Boris, Zeke's Many, King Roops, all the other patrons as well. If you want to
thank
check it out, go into the description. I have a Patreon where I do like lots of like community content. I write posts about my travels to events, and
Yo, thank you
you
for
can
all the
get like
GGs, I
some cool
appreciate it.
perks, and it does support me a lot, so definitely check it out if you can. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you next time with more Blindfolded speedruns. I'm not done with
Damascus
SM64,
one, I
I have
also.
many plans actually, so stay tuned and take care. Bye bye.